Afternoon and welcome to Manalapan, New Jersey. In central New Jersey as the Pope John Junior Lions 10 and under squad take on the Manalapan Braves. Now the national anthem. And you're looking live at Manalapan, New Jersey as the Pope John Junior Lions 10 and under squad gets set to battle the Manalapan Braves. Mike Formasano along with you calling today's action. Coin toss has already occurred as Pope John is on the field. They will be traveling right to left on your screen in their road whites. Manalapan Braves in their home blues and reds trimmed by white. They'll be going left to right. We will go through the roster of Pope John as we go through the game, but it looks like the referees are set for kickoff, so let's do it. Pope John and Manalapan here from Manalapan, New Jersey. Pope John will kick off first. They'll be traveling right to left on your screen. Actually, it's going to be Manalapan kicking off. Manalapan kicking off, going left to right. They are getting set from the 40-yard line. Here's the kick. And we are underway in Manalapan. There's number 11, Damian Morales, has the ball at about the 40-yard line. He's brought down at about 42. First and 10 for Pope John. We are just underway. 4 10-minute quarters here from Manalapan. Braves and the Junior Lions underway. Let's go ahead and go over the Pope John roster while we have a second. Number 4 is Connor Hart. Number 5, Benny Platt. Number 7, Kevin Murphy. Number 8, Charlie Formasano. Number 9, Braden Coulson. Number 10, Matias Munoz. Number 11, Damian Morales. 12 is Danny Filato. 13, John McCann. 15 is Anthony Reale. And by the way, the Lions have gotten their uniforms in, so these are the actual jersey numbers. Number 23 is Sean Clemens. He is under center. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Benny Platt. Platt down the right side, trying to go for the sideline. He'll gain about 3 or 4 on the play. He'll bring up a second and 6. Going back to the roster, Max Cadeau, number 16. Number 18 is Dominic Darko. 21, Chase Whaley. Clemens is number 23, as we said. Number 26, Braden Conby. Number 22 is Ryan Hart. Hart was 30 on the roster, but he has switched uniform numbers and is now 22. 33, Ryan LaBreglia. Number 40 is Jacob Jessamaria. 43, Tyler Killen. We've got a whistle. That the referee's just spotting the ball, or are they going to go ahead and move the ball back? So, no, second and 5. Here's a snap up the middle. That's number 61, Anthony Grego with the rush. And that's close to the first down marker. They're going to spot it about 2 yards shy, so 3rd and 2. So Pope John up to the line. Quarterback under center. That's Reale under center. It's not Clemens today. So Anthony Reale, number 15, is quarterbacking the Lions. And that handoff to Platt got them about a yard, but I think it's not enough. No, it is for the first down. Pope John will get the first down So, third down conversion for the Lions, and they will get up to plus territory at the 46 of Manalapan. 7:50 to go, first quarter. Braves and Lions here from Manalapan, New Jersey. Here's a snap by Reale. He hands off to Platt. Platt down the left side and up to the 39 of Manalapan. Gain of 7 for Platt. That'll bring up second down. So Reale back out to the huddle now. Number 15 for Pope John. First and 10, Reale hands it off to Platt. Platt to the right side. He'll roll through about 5 or 6, maybe 7. Good enough for the first down as Pope John barrels their way down to about the 31-yard line of Manalapan. Oh, the Lions up to the line. Reale under center. He's got Grego in the fullback position. Platt in the tailback. Reale hands it off to Grego. He'll go through, bursts through a hole on the right side, and he keeps rumbling down to about the 15-yard line. And that's another Pope John first down. So Pope John in the huddle. Now the Lions up to the line. Here's a snap. Reale will hand it off to Platt. Platt to the left side. And he gets down to about the 10-yard line. And that'll bring up second down. Reale back out to the huddle. Okay, so the quarterback under center now. Hands off to Platt. Platt bursts through the right side. Gains a few. Enough for a first down? We'll wait and see. Looks like he's going to be about a yard or two shy, and that'll bring up third down. Third and short for Pope John. Opening drive of the game. The Lions trying to get on the board first here. 4:25 now to go. Clock running. So Reale under center. Platt in the backfield. Hand off to the fullback, Grego. Grego bursts forward. We'll see if it's enough for a first down. Nope. He came up just shy. They're going to mark it about 4th and 1. Lions have to get to about the 8-yard line to get the first. So Pope John up to the line. 4th down, short to go. Lions trying to get on the board first here. Here's Reale, hands it off to Platt. Platt met in the backfield, but he rumbles through, and a second effort. Did he get the first down? He did. Pope John with the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal to go. Great second effort by Benny Platt. able to get the first down there, and Pope John continues on the drive. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. No score between the Lions and the Manalapan Braves. Reale under center. Hands it off to Platt. Platt met in the backfield. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Second and goal to go for Pope John here. We are in Manalapan, New Jersey today for the second road game of the year for the Lions. Pope John 0-3, looking for their first win of the season. Reale going back to the huddle after receiving instruction from the coaches. We've got to finish up the roster too. We'll do that in just a minute. Reale under center. Hands it off to Platt. Platt bursts around the right side, trying to go end around, going for the goal line. No signal from the referees that he's going to land at about the 2 or 3 yard line. From this angle, tough to see, but it'll be third down and goal to go for the Junior Lions. Long sustained drive here by Pope John, dominating almost all of the first quarter. We're down to 1:28 to go. If ball control is the name of the game, then Pope John's doing a heck of a job with it. Here's the snap, handed off to Grego. Grego's met in the backfield and taken down for a loss. That's going to bring up fourth down. So, what do you do if you're Coach Jared Cofrancesco? Do you go ahead and run it up the middle? Do you go for a pass play? What do you do to get into the end zone and get Pope John on the board at the end of this first quarter? Reale receiving instructions from the assistant coaches. Runs back out to the huddle. Clock's still moving at 47 seconds here to go at the end of the first quarter. I don't think it's stopped. I think it's run all the way through. I mean, we're only at 3:18. We're already down to the end of the first. Quick moving first quarter here. Reale under center. It's fourth and goal to go with 30 seconds to go. Here's the snap. He'll hand it off to Platt. Platt bursting through. He comes up just short of the goal line, and a turnover on downs. Manalapan stops Pope John. Platt comes up just short of the goal line, and the Lions will turn it over. Well, they have exhausted almost all of the first quarter, however, and they've pinned Manalapan deep in their own territory. But the Braves get the goal line stand, and Pope John is turned away without any points. 0-0, Pope John and Manalapan with 19 seconds to go in quarter number 1. So Manalapan out to, I'm going to say it's at the 1. Yeah, that's right at the goal line there. So Platt just missed breaking the plane. Here's the snap, breaking through. Manalapan running back taken down there at about the 5 yard line. So little yardage for the Braves. And that's a bit of a consolation for Pope John as they're able to shut him down on first. They get about 3 or 4, and that's the end of the first quarter. No score between Pope John and Manalapan. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this. Charlie, is 15 Anthony Reale? Okay, where's Clever? He's not quarterback? He's not here, so it is Reale. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, I'm looking at the roster. I'm saying, where's Clever? So it's Reale. Okay, good. Thank you. Welcome back to Manalapan, New Jersey, in second quarter action for the Pope John Junior Lions 10 and under squad. Mike Forbesano along with you calling today's action as the Lions and Braves here in Manalapan. No score as we begin the second quarter. Pope John on a long sustained drive took them all the way down to about the 1, and they came up just shy. So now Manalapan has it. They ran one play in the first quarter, and it goes to the opposite side of the field. We'll go to the east side of the field now as Manalapan starts second down and about 5 or 6 to go. They're at about the 5-yard line, maybe 6. Yeah, we'll say second and 6. They're at the 6 or 7. So, Braves up to the line, up to the center. So if you were wondering where number 23 Sean Clements is ill and is not here today, so that's why Reality is quarterbacking the Lions. Here's the handoff, and it goes to the near side of the field. Manalapan gets a few, but that's going to bring up third down. Third and about 4 to go for the Braves, and it would behoove Pope John to get a stop here, bury Manalapan deep in their own territory, and try and get the ball back with a short field. Pope John did everything but score in that first quarter. Braves up to the line. Third down, about 3 or 4 to go. We're going to say it's at about the 8. And in motion. Shotgun snap, and it goes over the quarterback's head. It's in the end zone. And a safety. A safety for Pope John. The ball goes over the quarterback's head. I don't know if that's deliberate or not. Maybe they wanted to get out of territory and not give up 7 to Pope John. So either way, the ball goes over the quarterback's head, and they recover, Manalapan does, but Pope John brings him down in the end zone, so that's a safety. So the Pope John Lions take the lead at 9:11 of the second quarter. They are up 2-0. Let's go ahead and go over the rest of the roster for Pope John. We stopped with number 43, Tyler Killen. Number 45 is Jude Cofrancesco. 61, Anthony Grego. Number 88, Noah Kraus. And number 99, Matt Schultz. Head coach of the Pope John Junior Lions 10 and under squad is Jared Cofrancesco. Assisted by Dan Platt. And team manager is Kathy Jessamaria. So Manalapan back to about their own 15-yard line, and that's where they will kick it from. It has to be a place kick here. So Pope John's going to wind up with excellent territory. Braves kicker is resetting the ball on the tee. 9:11 to go, 2-0. Pope John over Manalapan on a safety here to start out the second quarter. It's kicked right to Pope John, and the receiver falls on it. He'll cover. That's number 11, Damian Morales. Morales just covers the ball to make sure that Pope John will retain possession. So the Lions looking to add to their 2-0 lead, and they will start in plus territory inside the 40. Quick moving game here. We are down to 9 minutes in the second quarter. So the Lions back out to the field. Reale under center. Scott Platt, the lone man in the backfield. We got a flag on the play. Looks like too many men on the field. Referee counting it up. Nope. Just wanted to make sure they had as many as they needed, and no penalty. So, handoff goes to Platt. Platt to the right side, down to the near sideline. We got a flag on the play. Platt is brought down at about the 23-yard line, and that will be close to the first down. Actually, that would be a first down. However, we're going to see what the flag is on the play. It is against Pope John, so that's going to bring it back. So the run by Benny Platt nullified. And we will replay first down. Ball spotted at the 50-yard line. So Pope John has gone backwards and out of plus territory. So now that short field they were looking for has become a little longer. Time for the Lions to get creative here and matriculate the ball down the field. 8:15 to go here, second quarter. You know the reference, you know what I'm talking about. Hank Stram, the former head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl IV, talking about matriculating the ball down the field. Here's number 33 on the near sideline, and that's good for about 10 yards on the play. He's going to come up just shy of the first down marker. That's Ryan Lambreglia. Lambreglia with the run gets about 9, and that's going to be second down. So with the penalty, he gains 9, gets back to almost the original line of scrimmage. So second, we're going to say 11 on the play. Second and 11 for the Manalapan 40. Anyway, Stram used to go ahead and talk about matriculating the ball down the field. And he would talk about, he was mic'd for Super Bowl IV, and he talked about the 65 toss power trap. And he talked about all these different things. I bring it up because they just saw a special on Super Bowl IV with the Kansas City Chiefs and Minnesota Vikings, and Len Dawson, the former quarterback of the Chiefs, passing away about a week or two ago. And so it just reminded me of Stram and how he talked about matriculating the ball down the field, and that's what the Lions need to do right here. And there's Benny Platt doing just that. About a gain of, 5 on the play. Sorry about that. Losing my voice. It is a hot day out here in Manalapan, about 85 degrees. This is not fall weather. It is definitely summertime. Last days of summer. Stranglehold on the calendar. Trying to hold on in dear desperation and not letting those last days of summer pass. Well, the kids are in school and we're waiting for pumpkin spice lattes, and we're in football season, so it should be cooling down soon, but not yet. 85 here in Manalapan, and it is a hot one. So the Lions trying to stay hydrated, trying to add to their 2-0 lead. It's down to 6:23 to go, second quarter. There's Reale under center. The toss back to Platt. Platt on the right side. He's brought down in the backfield. And a loss on the play. That's going to bring up fourth down for the Lions. So fourth, and I'm going to say about 8, maybe 7. They're marking it at the 36. Reale coming back from off the sidelines, talking to the coaches, getting instructions. Pope John wanting to hold on to the ball as much as possible. Ball control's been the name of the game. They have dominated time of possession in this one. In fact, the Braves have only had 3 plays from the line of scrimmage. Okay, Reale under center. Manalapan jumped, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. We'll get the confirmation. Pope John excited this, so it is going to be against Manalapan for encroachment. And that'll bring it down to about 4th and maybe 2. So better odds for Pope John to get the first down here. Short yardage situation instead of 4th and long. They've got to get to about the 28-29 yard line. They're at the 31 of Manalapan. 4th and 2, maybe 2.5 to go. Clock's down to 4:45, second quarter. 2-0 Pope John on the safety here in the early second quarter. Reale under center, hands it off to the workhorse. Platt through the left side, barreling through. Did he get enough for the first? We're waiting to see an indication from the referees on whether or not it's enough for a first down. And it is. First down, Pope John. Platt getting just enough there to keep the chains moving. And the Lions maintain possession. 1st and 10 for Pope John. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The Lions lead 2-0. Mike Formisano along with you. calling today's action. Thanks for joining us. We got the cheerleaders here getting ready for their halftime events. Pope John trying to build on this 2-0 lead. Reale under center. Grego in the backfield. It goes to Grego. He'll rumble through the right side, still on his feet, keeping those legs churning, and forward progress gets him about 2-3 yards on the play. .330 to go here, second quarter. Fast-moving game here at Manalapan. Considering the heat, I'm sure everyone's happy about that. Well, at least on the Pope John sidelines, we're up 2-0. Reale back out to the huddle. Now the Lions are up to the line. So Reale under center. He's got two men in the backfield. Grego to his right. Platt to his left. Barking out signals. Hands off to Platt. Platt along the left side trying to get end around. He goes back through the middle now. Still going. And we get a fumble on the play. It's loose. Manalapan saying they've recovered, and they have. The Braves recover the fumble by Benny Platt. And Manalapan will take over deep in their own territory. Bad break for Pope John as they were getting close to the red zone. And they had actually burst through. However, fumble by Platt, and the Braves take over. 2:45 to go, second quarter, and Manalapan back on offense. Personnel changes for the Junior Lions. Tyler Killen coming out of the game. Players coming in for Manalapan as well. First and 10 for Manalapan at about the 13-yard line in their own territory. 2:45 to go, second quarter. Lions holding on to a 2-0 lead. Shotgun to the quarterback. He'll roll to his right, to the far sideline, trying to get around. Morales after him. Now Platt. Platt's the only man who can stop him. And he pushes the quarterback out of bounds at about the 42, maybe 43-yard line. Big gainer for Manalapan. Platt saving the day there in knocking the quarterback out of bounds and keeping that from a, 85 to 86-yard touchdown run. Out of bounds with 2:34 on the clock here, second quarter. Pope John clinging to a 2-0 lead. It'll be first and 10, Manalapan still in their own territory at about the 43. Remember last year's game for 10 and under here in Manalapan was, it started in dusk, and by the time the game was over, it was full-on nighttime. Much cooler. It was in the 50s at that point in time. Now, 85 here, and the sun high in the sky with the 3 p.m. start. Here's the snap, goes over to the right side, and Manalapan, the tailback, busting through for about 3, maybe 4 yards. That will bring up second down. 2:20 to go, second quarter. Manalapan finally with the ball in this game. Pope John controlled it for all but one play in the first quarter. And then on the third play from possession from Manalapan, the snap went over the quarterback's head in a shotgun formation, and they recovered. Pope John was able to tackle him in the end zone and get the safety, and those are the only points on the board so far. Now here's Manalapan, the tailback, trying to get around to the 50-yard line. He comes up just shy. Platt takes him down along the near sideline, and that will bring up third down. Clock's still moving. No 2-minute warning here in 10 and under. It's 1:43 to go, second quarter. The Lions coming over, and we got a timeout on the field. 1:43 to go, second quarter. Pope John up on Manalapan, 2-0. We'll be back with the remainder of the second quarter right after this. Welcome back to Manalapan, New Jersey, just outside of Englishtown, here in Monmouth County, as the Manalapan Braves are hosting the Pope John Jr. Lions. Mike Formisano here with you, calling this afternoon's game. Thanks for joining us here from Central New Jersey. The Lions lead 2-0 as we have third down and about 4 to go for Manalapan. Hand off to the tailback. Goes up through the middle and he's brought down right around the first down marker. We'll see if it's going to be first down Manalapan or if they come up just short. Now the marker on the field says fourth down, so they are shy by about a yard. We're going to say maybe 2. The spot was a lot further back than I thought it was, so it's actually about the 49-yard line, and Manalapan's going to have to get to about the 46. So let's call it 4th and 3 with 1:10 to go in the second quarter. The Braves up to the line. Lions with their defense. Now shotgun to the quarterback. The pass. He dropped it. Incomplete. And the Lions will take over in plus territory. Well, I'm sorry, just shy of it. Just shy of the 50. It'll be about the 49-yard line for Pope John. So the Lions take over with 1 minute to go and nursing a 2-0 lead. First and 10 from their own 49. Reale coming into the huddle. We'll see if the Lions can get 51 yards in 60 seconds. Pope John up to the line. Reale under center. Platt the lone man in the backfield. Here's a snap by Reale. He's back to pass. The pass down the side. It's intercepted. Intercepted by number 1 for Manalapan. The pass intended for number 33, Ryan Lambriglia. And with the interception, the Braves will take over with 54 seconds to go in the second quarter. It was man-to-man coverage on Lambriglia, and it just tailed out to the cornerback who made the interception. Manalapan takes over with 54 seconds to go. They'll start from about the 42-yard line. From the Manalapan 42, the Braves line up. We'll see how quickly they move down the field. Pope John pulling up their corners. We got a whistle. False start against the Braves, and that will be a 5-yard loss. So, Manalapan marching backwards here, starting their drive after the interception. That's going to bring it to the Manalapan 37-yard line. So now they have 63 yards to go. 54 seconds to go. Things just slowed up a bit here in Manalapan. The first quarter flew by. I don't think they stopped the clock maybe once. Oh, for the change of possession. That's it. That's the only time they stopped the clock in the first quarter. We've had some more normal stoppages here in the second. Here's the Braves in the shotgun. The quarterback will keep it. He'll roll around to the right, to the far sideline, trying to break free. Morales pushes him out of bounds at about the 46 of Pope John, and that's good enough for Manalapan first down, and it stops the clock with 45 seconds to go. They're going to mark the ball back at about the 47, but still a first down for the Braves. Sun has finally gone behind a cloud bank, and field's got much darker. That is a relief for everyone out here right now. But it's a short cloud, so the sun's going to come right back out. Here's a snap to the tailback. He goes around the near corner, breaking through on the left side. We got a penalty flag after the play as number 61 Grego made the tackle there on number 24 from Manalapan. We're going to see what kind of penalty that is. I believe it's going to be against Pope John, and it is. Possible unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not sure exactly what the penalty was. But it did come after the play, after the runner was down. So, possible excessive hit, maybe a late hit. I'm not sure. However, that yardage is going to go against Pope John. And with 28 seconds to go in the second quarter, it'll bring the line of scrimmage down to about the 31 of Pope John. Manalapan trying to break through here at the end of the second quarter. Pope John trying to cling to their 2-0 lead. We got a timeout on the field by Manalapan with 28 seconds to go here in the first half. It's Pope John 2, Manalapan nothing. We'll be back with the final 28 seconds of the first half right after this. Welcome back to Manalapan, New Jersey. Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's Pope John Junior Lions 10-0 game against the Manalapan Braves. Lions lead 2-0. 28 seconds to go, second quarter. The Braves on the move. 1st and 10. Quarterback with the pass over to number 51 to the right. He'll move down to the far sideline. He gets out of bounds after about a 6-yard gain. Stops the clock, but 19 seconds to go. So the Braves getting towards the red zone. They are at about the 23, 24-yard line right now. So 19 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Braves back up to the line. They're either going to have to go end zone or they're going to have to get out of bounds or call a timeout. Shotgun, quarterback rolls to his left. Now up the middle, he's bursting through. We get a flag on the play. He's brought down. It'll be a first down if the penalty goes against Pope John. If not, it's coming back. We'll see what the call is. And it is against Pope John, so a bad break for the Lions. And it goes down into the red zone. And with 12 seconds to go, Manalapan knocking on the door. We'll see if Pope John can slam it shut. Timeout by Manalapan here. 12 seconds to go. We'll be back with the final 12 seconds of the first half. 1st and 10 or 1st and goal coming up for the Braves. Pope John trying to hold on to their lead. We'll be back with the final 12 seconds right after this. Welcome back to Manalapan, New Jersey, as the Braves come back on the field against the Pope John Junior Lions. The Braves at 1st and goal now from the 9-yard line. Only 12 seconds to go, and Pope John clinging to a 2-0 advantage. A safety in the early second quarter is the difference right now. Here's the snap, high to the quarterback. He catches it, rolls to the far sideline, trying to break through. Will he get in? No, he's pushed out of bounds at about the 4, and there's 5 ticks on the clock left. 5 seconds to go, and Manalapan will run one last play at about, we'll say, the 3-yard line. So, can Pope John engineer their own goal line stand? Manalapan did it in the first quarter, shutting down a long, sustained Pope John drive. If Pope John can return the favor, they will get the privilege of walking into halftime with a 2-0 lead. If not, Manalapan will take the lead into the half. This should be the final play of the first half. Braves coming into the huddle. Manalapan up to the line. Pope John with the defense set. Quarterback in the shotgun. Flanked by two tailbacks. He hands it off to the left side. Going through, and he bursts through into the end zone. Touchdown, Manalapan. Crushing blow for Pope John as they held the Braves off the scoreboard the entire first half until that final play. And so the Braves break through. It's 6-2 pending the extra point. So Manalapan up to the line for the point after. Quarterback in the shotgun again. Here's a snap. He hands it off. Same play. Now the running back goes to the left side. He's brought down. No good. No good. And Pope John's streak of handling point afters and stopping them continues. So, nice stop there for Pope John to end the first half on a high note as they keep the point after off the board. But the Braves do break through for a touchdown at the end of the first half. It's the Manalapan Braves 6, the Pope John Junior Lions 2. We'll be back with second half action on a new feed in just a little bit after the 10-minute halftime. Please join us for that on a new feed right after this.